stage, looking fancy, breathing it out, holding flowers and being stared at by pretty much everyone who has meant anything to you in the past 20-something years. So Claire and Jeremy, they first met on a cold July evening over a green tea thick shake. 3 hours later, they were kicked out of the Japanese restaurant and their journey was underway. After a reference check provided by Claire's friend Crystal, she agreed to continue cautiously. Jeremy knew he had to do something really special to impress this energetic girl from Kahuna. He tried gluten-free brownies, that didn't work, and then he upped it to a rock scramble up the cathedrals, winning. From here, her love of travel, adventure, food, coffee and sport bonded them together. Claire then took things into her own hands when she realised she had found the man she wanted to spend the rest of her life with. Using the only way, apart from bikes, to Jeremy's heart, she took a specially made set of chocolates to Bali for the proposal.
Today is mostly an ordinary day. The sun rose, people read the paper, drank coffee, went to work. It rained a lot. But the not so ordinary part is how we are making promises to each other for the rest of our days. Promises I intend to keep. I promise to take care of you, to stand up for you, to find happiness with you. To always laugh with you and never go to bed angry. To always listen to what you have to say, even when we don't see eye to eye. And to remember, love is saying I feel differently instead of you're wrong. But most of all, I promise to love you under any circumstances, happy or sad, easy or difficult, through the sunshine and through the rain, for the rest of my days. There's a simple premise to each of these promises. I'm promising to be there. Every experience I'm going to have, I want you to be a part of it. Oh my goodness! I, Claire Frances Henty, promise to keep you, Jeremy William Sherwood, as my favourite person, to laugh with, to go on adventures with, support through life's tough moments, be proud of, grow old with, and find a new reason to love every day.
Claire. Pull yourself together.
Yes. Thank you.
Claire.
Yes.
I vow to support you, to push you, to tolerate you, to inspire you and to love you. I will laugh with you in good times and struggle alongside you in bad times. I vow to help you be everything you aspire to. I respect you and cherish you as an individual, a partner in life's adventure and equal, knowing that we do not complete but complement each other.
Well done.
Well done, both of you.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. It enriches your finger, may remind you always that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Claire, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love. As it encircles your finger, may it remind you always that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
With intended surprise that I'm not a celebrant and Claire and Jeremy are already married. It was their wish to formalise their marriage at a registry office and to share the celebration today with all of you at the Sydney Farm. So with no official authority whatsoever, only that vested in me by this wonderful couple that we all know so well, I am honoured to publicly announce them as husband and wife. Get your kiss on.
Put it on the wrong finger.
Told you I was right.
husband and wife, the new Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy and Claire Sherwell.
Jeremy, you were a curious child, often leaving a trail of destruction in your bid to see how things worked. Jeremy designed and built a snow sled for a school project. We put together compressed air spud guns and soft drink bottle rockets. Though this pastime had to be abandoned due to navigational issues and the risk of donging the neighbours on the head. And then there was bike riding. Jeremy quickly mastered his riding of his first two-wheeler on outings. As each bump in the road was approached, his speed would increase and he would attempt to jump the bump. Nothing much has changed. Claire, it is just as well you two are keen on bikes, and together you can share biking adventures. And just a little bit of a note to that, he's waiting for his next one now.
We dreamt that someday Jeremy would grow into a happy, loving, loyal, responsible and compassionate human being. However, there were a few times along the way when we wondered if that dream would come to fruition. Jeremy, you had the ability to throw yourself at life. During the course of growing up, you sustained many injuries. You still hold the family record for the most expensive ambulance ride, some $10,000. Jeremy, I stand here before you today, the proudest of mums. You have an inquiring mind, you have developed a great sense of humour, but there's also a compassionate and caring side to your nature. Being your mum is a joy and privilege, and you are greatly loved. When you became best friends with Claire, we could see you had met someone special. And I'm so excited that you found such a delightful, accomplished and caring young woman. And to you, Claire, we're blessed that you are now part of our family. We are sure you're going to be an amazing wife. You're such a thoughtful, highly organised and fun-loving person. Thank you for coming into Jeremy's life and giving him so much love and happiness.
The bicycle of life, which I'm using tonight, has two wheels. They are not the same, but they are interdependent. One is not very effective without the other. And when one's a bit flat, the other one has to work harder. Claire's grade 6 teacher described her, surprisingly, as organised and with leadership capabilities. She's probably the front wheel of this special bicycle. Her bright conversation, empathy and general well-being will keep the spokes turning. Jeremy is the technical skill. You need technical skill to be the rear wheel and the fine detail. He's thoughtful and strong. You need that on the pedals. He needs to know how things work so he can solve the problems. Just like the wheels on a bicycle, Claire and Jeremy are well-rounded young people with similarities that make them well-matched. They are both proud of their country childhood and their heritage. The other similarities between these two probably involve the tendency to fall off bicycles and a fondness for new shoes and active wear,
Jeremy's been a great hand to me. He's shown me how to survive if there's an avalanche, which is really important in Kahuna. He later demonstrated some skills at learning to use a gun. He was quite a good shot. He shot a carp and a rabbit, and each one of them was a sense of achievement that I hadn't seen before in a person. We are both very proud of Claire's achievements, personally, professionally, and her choice of partner. Margaret and I welcome Jim into our family with love as our new son. To the bride and groom.
Claire and Jeremy's romance started by the power of the online dating gods. They don't know this, but I got a copy of their original profiles. In Claire's profile, she regarded herself as a go-getter. Claire knows what she wants and is focused and determined in following her goals. Jeremy picked the perfect complementary characteristic to fit with Claire's approach, regarding himself as a yes man. And thank goodness, because that's why we are here today. And now that they have both found their perfect match, there is no longer a need to have those single online dating profiles. Although if there was such a need for a couple profile, I would imagine it would sound something like this. A reliable, supportive, fun and outgoing couple. Good communicators that can solve issues quickly and confidently. A really good partnership which is well balanced. Two people who never shy away from a challenge. A successful and happy future with the aim of squeezing every last drop out of each day.
Claire first told me about Jeremy whilst hiking along the Jatbula Trail in the Northern Territory. It was a solid 5 days of hiking and chatting. She told me how Jeremy had blown her away with his zest for life and list of accomplishments at such a young age. She felt that when she was with him, he inspired her to be a better person. After the walk, we then kept in contact via email, and I was actually able to dig up one of the old emails sent to me by Claire, which I think encapsulates the smitten Claire falling head over heels for her now husband Jeremy. 6th of August 2012. Dear Jill, Jeremy and I just got back from our weekend at the snow. I think it was pretty successful. He didn't annoy me too much. We seem to work well together and I feel very comfortable around him. It was very coupley though, and I kept thinking about you, pointing your finger at me, saying, "Sister, look at your PDA." I guess it just shows that with the right person, a public display of affection is actually pretty nice. I know, what is becoming of me? He's gradually breaking me down. It is with an open heart that I welcome Jeremy into our growing family. As Claire gains a husband and a life partner, I gain a brother, an uncle for Archie and a dear friend.
One would say their union was formed when Claire fell on her knee, but it was apparent to me that Jem was a permanent fixture when he embraced a Henty family tradition. We had met Jeremy a couple of times when he eventually queried the Henty style of a welcome embrace. Jem was concerned that the matriarch of the family, not naming names, took to kiss him on the lips, and if for some reason she missed and kissed his cheek, it would follow with the phrase, "Oops, missed," and she'd attempt a second time holding his cheeks firmly so as not to miss a second time. Jem was most alarmed though when we explained that his future and now wife had also inherited this habit, which we all embrace. We knew Claire and Jem were meant to be when he too began the custom of lip kissing upon introduction. Claire and Jem are perfect for one another, and to put it in a way that Steve and Margot would appreciate, Claire is like a shiny Frisian heifer with a good firm udder and produces good numbers, whilst Jeremy is a big grass-fed Angus bull with a big, long, thick, positive attitude, and together they will perfectly complement each other and make great things.
We couldn't miss the opportunity to share some stories and ensure that everyone knows exactly what Claire's signed up for. Within his first month of moving to uni, he narrowly dodged a firearms criminal record, with Mum and Dad making a mercy dash from Albury to secure his release from jail. Let's just say that Melbourne was in the heart of Commonwealth Games security precautions, and a packed late-night train station and a BB gun were not a great mix.
There was a lot of unsuspecting commuters at Hawthorn train platform that didn't realise what the hell was happening from the safety of Jeremy's apartment a few hundred metres away. Jeremy has a long list of incidents and injuries. His first head injury was in kindergarten at school, attempting to run through the concrete tunnels. There have been 4 major head wounds to date, It has been suggested that this may have contributed to his outlandish behaviour and questionable decision making.
To assist Claire in the future, we've put together a little care package, including Band-Aids, tea tree oil, some Opsite. However, we believe the best solution is prevention, so there's some strapping tape and, most effective of all, some cotton wool and some bubble wrap.
We devised a date that would be a true test, and we've heard a little bit about it. He likes a challenge and he likes the outdoors, so naturally the mountain scrambling date was sure to be a winner. To cut a long story short, as we know, Claire passed the test with flying colours, and turns out they had a lot more in common, such as a love of food, travel, sport, and being unable to eat regular bread. Another thing we admire about Jeremy is his dedication and passion to anything he puts his mind to. He has the ability to become an expert on nearly anything. He's also known to enjoy stringing people along. And if you don't know him well, it can be especially hard to detect. Once he came with Kristen and I to a friend's place, and we decided to play a board game called Settlers of Catan. Jeremy picked up the box while they were getting dinner ready and studied it. Then he decided to convince them he was an expert at the game, dropping random facts about the creators and telling them that he'd played in a competition, even though he'd never played the game at all. Then, when the game was being explained, he sat quietly, just listened, didn't ask any questions, and somehow he actually went on to win the game. It's great now, though, to see that dedication and passion directed towards Claire. I would like to propose a yeast and gluten-free toast to the happy couple. Congratulations, Jeremy and Claire, on making this commitment, and may you only get closer as the years go by.
Jeremy, you are the man I have chosen to spend the rest of my life with. You've taught me many new things, challenged me to new heights, and supported me through exciting and testing times. I'm a better person with you, not only because I now know what to do in an avalanche, can ride a mountain bike down some gnarly tracks, and know what a meme is, but because your patience, kindness, and genuine nature has made me a better person. As I said earlier, we don't like to do things by the book. Our relationship was built unconventionally. We met unconventionally. Well, at the time, online dating was unconventional. Now all the cool kids are doing it. You asked me on unconventional dates, a hike, a drive with a personalised playlist, rock climbing. You had unconventional hobbies. You rode a mountain bike and didn't like AFL. And we got engaged in an unconventional way. We now have our own unconventional way of doing things and enjoying a life together full of love, laughter and adventure. Thank you for being real, for being honest and for choosing me.
Claire, I'd like to take this opportunity to apologise publicly for making you late all the time. You make a great travel partner, but on reflection, Nepal wasn't the best idea for our first overseas holiday. A dodgy curry definitely made for some intimate times driving the porcelain bus together. With one bathroom, a shower and a toilet. You've inspired and challenged me, never letting me settle for second best. It does seem odd, but before I met you, I'd never ridden my bike to work. I love the life we've built together. We train, eat, compete and relax together. Your creativity in the kitchen is second to none, and my life is so much better with you in it. Your generosity of time and love for your family and friends is something I admire, and I respect that. So often you have prioritised others, and I see that as a challenge for me to always support you. Thank you for everything you have done for me, and I'm excited for our future together, warts and all.